Okay, y'all. How y'all know what coin it is? Y'all playing me. But no, okay. But hello, y'all. It's Professor Zolly. We just have to say it one time. We know how mean it is. Okay, but nah. You know how I gossed the shit? Okay, but okay. The whole thing is, I'm a cool guy, okay? But you know, just like the teacher, the stuck up teacher that hit my Dougie, all the female type shit. When it's class time, nobody's trying to do that shit, okay? So the problem is, cause damn, I just hit the point quick as fuck. 1 minute 28 seconds. We about to kill this shit. So the point is, you don't be in class telling the teacher to hit they Dougie, okay? Grave shift is gonna be after this video because I'm about to hit hella points. Okay. Alright? Alright. I didn't know. I didn't know that. I did that. I'm talking about being a professor and here now I'm the student. But y'all never this is about past lives. So consistency, and this is, I need to go hit that coin beat again, don't I? But nah, so the whole shit is, you don't want to teach, just because a teacher knows how not to be a party pooper, you don't get mad and tell the teacher they're a party pooper on a scheduled time that they told them. Just like I know how to synchronize and stay in tune and be respectful and not act like the host, even though I got the cool points to take or the snipers to take over. Don't just, you feel me? So you don't go to the teacher, right? Because I chirped and everything, and niggas know that I don't sleep, I sleepwalk, and they still following my Zazy. Okay, so the whole thing is, this nigga got hella songs out. Okay, right? I do, right? And when I close my eyes, I'm watching. So that shit is crazy. So that, okay, the whole thing is, I've been making jokes about being conscious of my past life. Okay? People act like they don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So, that's where the school professor by, or you just go on with your life, grave shit comes on. But this whole shit is about past life. So, playing dumb about things that still stay in sync to the rhythm of God. I didn't call myself God. Y'all telling me I can't have a God. That doesn't make sense. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense for me to have a God. That's crazy. It makes sense for everybody else to have a God but it doesn't make sense for me to have a God because, all right. So that being said about past lives, that means we know, we read the Bible, we understand ancestral lineages, and we understand that I can go into my handy dandy notebook. But the problem is criminal activity, because a sleepwalk is sleeping, right? So, when I sleepwalk, how frequencies, gravity, and multi-dimensional and 808 beats, we kick it like ninjutsu type vibe comes along, and I'm in another dimension, this energy, but I'm a light sleepwalker. So, after subtle things of a threat from eons away, I wake up to show my lion senses and to show that I haven't changed from an eclipse of why I am who I am of right now. Because the problem is, I remember being called Zamane, okay? So people are calling it Zamain. So the problem is, before this mirage, you feel me? Before there was cookie cutters that do have their real ancestral names and etc. through their ancient last names. Because, after you have multiple names, you have an ancient last name that's the fold of why that's your first name. So that means Zamane is in the middle of my ancient first name. So that being said, as deja vu of how premeditated, planned, and ready people was to ignore the consciousness of a chirp that I was ready for, but I guess I didn't blink to show that I was watching or something. And you feel me? That right there that's it. That's y'all right there. Boom. There. That's how you walk. But y'all, I press play again, and y'all not where y'all want to be, so y'all want to make more ultimatums. Because in the end, listen, this is how I know people's following me. This is how I know that I'm ancient. Saying that fast life is that, man. Hey, y'all heard that. Okay. But this is how I know that I'm ancient. Hey, okay. This is how I know that I'm ancient. I'm sorry, that shit was gone. So the whole thing is, there's a such thing as baby geniuses that they didn't wiggle your big toe, and they was a giant before they was a midget. You feel me? And or etc. And wiggling their big toe was, they heard the combines of how a turbine of a car works. You feel me? An engine works, electric, and turbines of a plane, of the heat waves in general is what will crash a plane, because things can't overheat. So it's the flying at certain times, or having the heat wave on a crowd control, or a control from an individual's heat wave, if it can go to that peak, which the Broly movie was about heat waves, not power levels. And you feel me? They was subconsciously awoke, but consciously is what is the story of amnesia. So being in that, they have a whole dimension, which is what people is doing now. You feel me? With, I got a call about, I owe you notes, and You feel me? I did a lot of detective work, entrepreneur under my circumstances, so it's just fired people that didn't hit the button because I guess they heard I was about to go live and talk about who I am. So, yeah, they gonna come, and if it's not a good spot to work on a goddamn car, the second they come, they gonna wait until they probably 2 years old, 3 years old, and they say, oh, they can walk. And they're like, oh, I can do more than that. Okay, so now if a motherfucker can't just say I can do more than walk, that's how they know you're watching. Okay? So, talking about views, and I would have been the first motherfucker since I was glowing that I know my past life to goddamn Nikola Tesla effect. You feel me? Because that's why I would have did it. So that's my whole beef with people. They see the Nikola Tesla effect, and that's how I get telepathy out of a cold red. You're not gonna tell me telepathy ain't real, but y'all bucking on me for bucking on y'all for being that consciousness roaring for Nikola Tesla to finish school. You feel me? So he was way before 1995, right? This is how I know that I'm ancient. So the whole shit is, I don't have to get a book and be like, all right, I got y'all in an asterisk, okay? Like I said about me closing my eyes and now I'm watching, or we don't sleep, we sleepwalk and stuff like that. Whatever song that is. Who don't know what song that is? Okay, that's what I'm saying. How the fuck I don't know? Like, I don't know the code to get in my lock box. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't remember passwords. No, this is threats and coercion on multi-dimensional feet. That if it was on just a linear feet, your charges would be outstanding. So if you're on another dimension doing this and thinking you can keep running, you're going to the power. This is not multiplying. This is to the power. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm tired of pausing and getting this soap opera. Motherfucker, that's obvious. Why don't I do it? Because you got a life you trying. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So the whole thing is, the jungle is live. Detectives are supposed to be that energy, okay? And to the peak of traffic, of caring about 5G towers and translators with 5G towers wouldn't be needed if people just respected people tesseract to tesseract. You feel me? Then telepathy, not move. You don't have to move your mouth. You just type. But that's where, just to go into talk about more past lives, while I'm just trying to illiterate the audience and people not being quiet in the crowd. That's where spiders and ninjas came from. You feel me? The moving of your mouth is ninjas working on multiple dimensions of saying, I don't want you to move your mouth like this, and said you didn't pronounce this energy. That's what ninjas used to do once they retired from being ninjas and still wanted to work because they liked their job. So, like past life, you feel me? So that's what it's called. I wasn't saying, but thank you. So the whole thing is, the webs and ebbs is in a way of a cafeteria. Okay, I'm not sure if I flash pointed the traffic lights on tables, but that was the point of me still being conscious of my past life. Like I said in the song, I didn't want to come here unless I felt everybody is safe. Now that I'm in the same place, I put myself in a point that flash pointing makes me fill up Santa Claus's bag. Not flash pointing kills people. Okay? That's what people wish. So that's what makes me Detective Conan type. You feel me? Entrepreneur detective. Because I made sure coming into existence, flash pointing will fill up Santa Claus's bag.
obviously to an infinite point, because kids that are on the nice list need everything they get, but Santa Claus can still get something. You feel me? So that being said, that's how I know my past life. You feel me? That's how I put my 2 and 2 together. Another way is when I can't elaborate on it, because, you know, people don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear people with great grades talking about that. But in the end, social studies wasn't fun for me because it's like I finessed them to talk about me. Bitch, I am 14. Thank you for the compliment. Oh, I guess I did it in preschool too, right? But this is the whole thing I'm saying. I have many proofs that I can't. So now that we got the audience is a cafeteria vibe of not respecting red dot, green dot, O, and what the national debt is. I didn't put a video on YouTube explaining the national debt. So the national debt is the years in the crossing road. It's not the respect, not through tesseract to tesseract. It's them noticing someone said, you have to grease the engine or the engine isn't going to work. So they chose, as this being a metaphor, to not put grease on the engine. And like I said, before the video, I don't want to make videos and then I'm still sitting here as a chaperone for people that say just use up the national debt and I'm like, well, that's gonna happen, but in the end, if this wasn't stopping the elaborations or not putting emphasis under my words, I would not talk. That's why I go on here and going to keep the emphasis under my words, because you feel me? I busted my chin. I had nosebleeds in Norcross because people talking about my pussy because Adam was Eve, and you feel me? A inside out dick is a vagina, and all this shit to confirm. People also know who I am from my past life. So, you know, like I said, I can't, obviously, if my past life is a wealthy ass person, I guess this is why people don't want to give up on how long the time is ticking, and I die, you feel me? But I survived death without resurrecting myself, you feel me? So I went into oblivion, because limbo isn't dying. The definition of oblivion, the mythology of oblivion is where, and I survived oblivion, so that really is a rebirth, not a resurrection. And niggas know that I was supposed to die, so they're not giving me credit that I just walked my happy ass back to my house. Then I'm just on the outskirts of the alarms I set, and people are playing scratch off with Bruce Wayne's alarms to his cars. That's how stupid people is. That's what y'all saying. Y'all saying Batman died, but survived oblivion of death. So y'all gonna follow him to his car because he luckily kept the key to be like, oh my God. Even though the car, you feel me, is gonna open up for him anyway without his key. So the key is just, you feel me, the code red just in case. So he comes with his key, and now y'all follow him to his car because Bruce Wayne was supposed to be dead. That's what y'all saying. But no, because for my incidents, let's take the key away. So I don't have the key because I know how I know how it works. I'ma die. But since I survived oblivion, if it's not mine, I know how to come back. So knowing that, y'all like, no. And y'all cold red the car opening up for me. Like before I died, because you feel me? When the car does that, that don't mean I'm not gonna whoop your ass. You dig what I'm saying? This energy. You feel me? This is what we talking about. You feel me? That's my militant humor. Like, you feel me? Like I say, make sure you grease the engine. And y'all don't grease the engine. I don't give a fuck, that's your car. So y'all follow me to me greasing my engine. And I choose, you feel me? I stopped going to the store to get grease. But y'all know that I know how to make grease. Right? And so I'm surviving off making grease until I got to go into mechanic retirement for y'all following me. So, what does that mean? I said that. That's what I'm saying. So, that's the whole problem. That's the whole dilemma. You feel me? Because the whole thing is, ain't nobody trying to talk about a shootout. You feel me? Not around people that don't give a fuck. You feel me? People only want to talk about things that dire on peak when it's a therapy vibe. If you can make the therapy vibe like a party, then the person gonna be like, yeah, nah, bitch, stop that. I wasn't gonna survive oblivion. But if you can't make it like a party, then it's gonna be like, and then I survive oblivion. You feel? Oh my goodness. So the whole thing is, the world, listen, obviously the world's eclipsed because we don't talk about BCAD no more. So, you feel me? And there's more than World War I, World War II via the world eclipsing. But World War I, World War II was enough for the 5G towers to boil brains, for them to respect the policies to all of the Akashic records of how the medieval lifestyle went. So you feel me? Because I don't know if people thought I was going to go in here and be like, hi, I'm Peter Pan. Now I was Michael Jackson, and then I survived oblivion and was known for Peter Pan. And then knowing that I would have descendants that were skin will grow just like mine and think just like I, and I had to let them grow. I had to go through oblivion multiple times. Okay? And that's not how, until I got to my name, and I was Zalmane between being Michael Jackson and Peter Pan. And now I'm getting called Zamaine when it's pronounced Zalmane. Like, that's how y'all thought I was gonna do it, but that's not how that's not how, I'm not about to. She know my alias is, she said that I'm beautiful, and I make it the beautifulest, okay? That song has all that in there for people can be, acting like they don't really know, type shit. Cause that's what fan base artists and me being a jungle nigga is about. So, the Tarzan movie was about monkey see, monkey do of time elapsing and trying to damage Tarzan for his maneuvers, which I told people, gave the analogy at work before I busted my chin. So playing dumb is about goddamn dumb as fuck. So, yeah, so that being said, it's like this. You feel me? I'm about to reiterate it again. If my past life knew how to work on cars, okay? Or I was conscious on other people's past lives, which they train their body, language, muscle memory, just in case SOS need to go out for someone to be able to have that hospitality to do that. Obviously, people saw and caught them rings, okay? But the only person that can catch the rings is someone younger. You feel me? So obviously, me coming into life and my eclipse, I know this is about to get real. Whew. The Bible, hold on, let me hold the Bible real quick. And my eclipse, okay, is surviving all of those goddamn oblivions out of amnesia, right? The mythology amnesia, the definition what y'all say amnesia means. Okay? The witch type shit. But I'm known for that before I got known for being my past life. I'm not going to want to hear even a wee, and that's why I call myself Chucky, okay? I'm not going to want to hear even a wee bit. And that's just me saying a detective as a baby, you feel me? Detectives gotta shoot if they gotta shoot. If I gotta shoot that much that I call myself Chucky, then damn. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like I'm the best person to talk about past lives and people go on with their life. Because, oh, yes, they did type shit. Because that's crazy now. And I can tell you the next person, to the next person, to the next person as I pause, because we didn't illerated a person of an age group of mine. You feel me? Of being that ancient as a past life. To show you people knew me in my past life. If not knew me, they descendants from conscious on their ancestors knew me. Okay? From what I knew as the reason why, because this is what people was supposed to say when I came into existence. Because everybody starts as a spirit. Okay? Spirit can get trapped in water. Okay? Spirit can't get trapped into a solid. Okay? But spirit can get trapped into water because water doesn't have a base. Spirit can't get trapped in solid because solid has a base. So if you know the maze of solid, then you can get out the solid. But if you don't know the maze of solid, then you're in a mirage, you feel me? Well, no, liquid is more of a mirage. You're in a maze. But liquid, spirit can get trapped in liquid because if you don't know how to wax on and wax off in a way that you repeat yourself, etc., head above water, and why I talk about I drowned at 3 and astral projected to show you the skills of myself in spirit form, and I came back to my body, all that energy, you feel me? Okay, so as you feel me, I'm about to make a visual national. This video is gonna be a visual national debt of past lives, because you feel me. I'm looking at the shit they're gonna put at those points. You feel me? Oh, that's a good one, and that wasn't good enough. I put a post up to say, if a sniper was on you and said, just walk away and better your life, and you would you choose to? No, because y'all still talking about 5G towers, boy your brains, right? Okay, so that being said, okay, I didn't illiterate. I'm cold as a spirit. You feel me? So my muscle memory is as cold. That's what makes my body, and that's to explain. You don't need a womb to be born. That's what the pyramids represent. So if a bitch says she trapped me, you feel me? Where's my hospitality? I didn't need you to trap me. I could have been trapped in nothing. That's what the hieroglyphs inside the pyramids and that used to be on pyramids say. You will be trapped in none. What would you make out of nothing? That's the whole story of pyramids. And then when you read it, it illustrates all the inventions and subjects and branches your inventions, head ass, can be in. Okay? So that's my whole point of hearing some April 25th or shit like that. Someone's in the back streets talking about your inventions. What the fuck? Bitch, stop following me that I had to walk around until crowd control gets to a good crossroad. There's in the Crossroad National Day and I can do things. You feel me? So that's what this video is for. Obviously, I'm gonna watch it. So, that, what you think about that type shit? So, that simple. That the pyramids, if someone wanted to learn about their past, because that's all life is about. You feel me? So so now that we get, do I have a pen that I can use real quick? If I can find my red pen, then I'll write something down. Oh, y'all knew I wasn't gonna look that hard. So that's how we can put 2 and 2 together. Okay, is either you're unconscious. You feel me? The lowest frequency of coming back into an eclipse in your past life, or being born in the world and being Harry Potter type. You're either trying to learn and bring more consciousness to yourself, or you're working for the military or your own entrepreneur business from crowd control that you've done from your past life, and you're telling a fleet of people to stop following you because they had nothing to do with your past life. You feel me? That's the 2 peaks. It's so, you feel me? If I'm telling you I can work on a car right now, that means I'm doing, you feel me, my consciousness on the highest frequency, but people won't leave me alone. Okay, so it's when the atmosphere do that, that's how you know the world eclipsed. Because I closed my eyes and now I'm watching. Like, come on now. So that's how you know the world eclipsed. Okay? So, you know, everybody has their stars, okay? And having your stars, for lack of better words, this energy, but I'm gonna say star to just show, like, I don't know why someone would tell somebody deja vu and think deja vu doesn't represent deja vu of where their body language is from that consciousness of, like I said, about the peak of either low frequency, you're gathering your consciousness back to know how to maneuver, and you're being very subtle with your movements because you don't want to do nothing outside until you remember because you know you was here. Or it's a grave shift crowd control from being on a feet from a tesseract that you're cleaning up the party of. So, you know, this is an Assassin's Creed. Okay, so that being said, I just had to put that 5G tower there. So, that being said, we know. You don't tell a teacher that. A teacher got to teach 1 + 1 the next year and the next year after that. Don't follow Nikola Tesla. That simple. That's what, you feel me? That was what my interest was, okay? Don't, you feel me? My interest is either, this is the two things I'm not in war with nobody. They either call me Molly Brazy because they see on my face that's where my consciousness was, or they have cafeteria beef with me and say, oh, you was defending Nikola Tesla. No, it wasn't that. It was Batman trying to go to his Batmobile. Now that's 26 goddamn years ago. When is Batman? I didn't troubleshoot it for other things. That's the whole get up, okay? So, like I said, all these things, these translators, you feel me? Why people don't sip on humidity control? They get a water bottle, you feel me? You feel me? A drink translator, you feel me? Or you feel me? Paper translator, you feel me? Chapter, you feel me? To because a level 4 Glock is a lot of translator, you feel me? So you know, we have 30 minutes of we have 30 minutes plus of an agreement that wasn't followed. So now people think they can make ultimatums because they didn't think the alarm on the Batmobile would be that bad. And the Batmobile is saying, step away. And they're saying, well, turn off the alarm. What? That's not how 5G towers work. Live another day to say, yeah, 5G towers boil brains. Don't be like, turn off the 5G tower. When has that ever worked? So now the heist is to hear the news of who don't got the grease for the engine. I mean, who got the grease for the engine? And so we don't put the grease to the engine so I can live another day, even though I got many other engines I gotta turn off. So they thinking they gonna hit a goddamn lunar eclipse. And it's not. Deja vu. Right? That's the first time I said something that fast together and we saw the space. So that's the whole thing of what I'm saying, okay? Because in the end, what we are saying, like I said earlier about never slow down, that it's not them talking about, oh, that's Molly Brazy. You feel me? No, I'm not getting compliments of of being Harry Potter with Bank. You feel me? Or I'm not hearing about, we try to call him the party pooper. I'm hearing about, fuck your life. We still want to rob you. I'm like, well, then life is the same. You feel me? This is, the thing, that asterisk right there is actually the worst war has ever got. But this ain't the worst war has gotten. So that's how you know it's handled, to have a big ass elaboration without elaborating. Because everybody has ancestors, but one person. You feel me? You feel me? And because to take the word ancestor out of the mythology, everybody has someone older than them, but one person. Okay? As in the same way as if the ancestor gave up their life so someone can be older than them and came back as future Trunks of the show Time is Real. But the clout Tesseract to Tesseract causes illusions to what can be done at a time and not. So, that's how people think they can get a blow on me, because I'm gonna do everything that's supposed to be done in this linear lifestyle, no matter if it causes me pain. And that's where people think they beat me with the national debt, because they know, because I'm not about to flashpoint and it caused drama to someone else's life. And that's how I can move around and it not echo my sleepwalk. Because when it wasn't a sleepwalk, it was a long time ago. So the atmosphere is fueled with my sleepwalk, not with the first instant of the thing. That's how we can know I'm not waiting the next day to not work on a car or get in my Batmobile, okay? Or my bike, my bat cycle. You want to see the watch? But okay, because this movie's out. And the Joker's on my side, okay? But they got me out. They took me, they got me out, okay? I said not to. So it's in the movie. But okay, now the whole thing is, that's a movie, okay? Ooh, but that's a movie, okay? So the 5G tower is going to work. So the whole thing is, we used to hear, we used to get on our bikes. But check this. The people that used to say we used to get on our bikes was doing the ninja talk I was talking about, where they, you feel me? And it was only saying it because their kids, aka descendants, because polygamy and etc. of the ancestor want all the kids, you feel me, if they got the same ancestor. But that doesn't mean that's not still the nurturer, you feel me, the ancient way to say mother. You feel me, look just like them. So they used to say that, knowing the kid was on the mission, because if they looked just like them and they wasn't doing the same things that they was doing with those looks, it wouldn't glow like that. Okay? So then it got to the point of it just being a goddamn caution sign, but go play outside, of knowing they was going to run up on those same people. Like, you remember me? Where's your bicycle? You get what I'm saying? So, after that peak, it used to be, we can take it to the Gladiator Dome. You feel me? And that's where, you feel me, the crazy people, quote unquote, where people will talk in the air. You feel me? When you see like a broke ass person, they got their ass beat, but they actually got their ass beat on another dimension. And they talking in the air. You feel me? From that timeline, that's how you know the ancestors are still working. Like I said, the military is still in the community, because we will still see deers in the crossroad talking about some show yourself, or there wouldn't be such a rhythm in them doing shit like that. Because I'm showing myself. But the whole thing is, so yeah, so people used to be, you feel me, when people used to be like, I'm in a whole tesseract that's nowhere close to your tesseract, you gonna have to be Sonic, and then they just be thinking about they speed, not Sonic speed, and then after they do something about it, they be like, we can take it to the Gladiator Dome. Because that used to be an instance of the ancestor kicking
people out of football games because the ancestor hasn't left the gladiator dome. That's their house, okay? That's where, you feel me? Because you don't tell a teacher to stop teaching 1 + 1 = 2. No one told you to be in that 5G tower. They gonna grease them engines. So, once again, as I'm preaching and I'm translating the Bible with this generation slang, the whole thing is, when Marley Brazy was known as the most powerful person until the ancestor of Marley Brazy came. And then they started marking Marley Brazy for not being the most powerful person because they have a mom. And then another ancestor came for that ancestor. So then they were trying to say Marley Brazy ain't shit. Or Zozie, let me just say Zozie ain't shit. And then they did it again. That's the Akashic records of how the life works. That's a zillion people in front of Marley Brazy. Of people to go backwards on the first lesson from osmosis showing up from an eclipse long ago to give Marley Brazy their life. Okay? Once again, listen. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Listen, this lady is using clairvoyance of me talking to try to put me in a mirage because the emphasis behind my words in the past, present, let alone the future. Look. And so look, we got a robbery. I'm a basketball player. So, before I got on camera, I told this lady this energy, okay? So, it's just that simple, okay? So, she points out the fire cops, right? She points out the fire cops, right? She points out the fire cops.
Fire cop, this cop, I'm a security, I'm a this, I'm a police officer, I'm a this. You FBI, you ever this.
And I then wrote down, you don't have nothing, okay? So now, what I knocked on the wall for was this dude to stop getting RP'd by 5G towers. Because, like I said about coming back into existence, right? To show you they shouldn't have came into this goddamn house. Because they followed along.
Help somebody. You don't help yourself. You don't want to do nothing. You want to play dumb.
Let's not get into that. You feel me?
And then act your way to an Oscar award.
She's not talking to me.
Oscar award, don't get it.
She's not talking to me.
Stop.
Okay?
Please,
As we do this exorcism. Okay? So, she's not talking to me. She's talking to you. So, like I said, and lame people do that all the time. You'll be like, didn't I beat you? And they'll be like, what? You never beat me.
Please stop it.
And that is the rudest shit. Like I said, she's proven. We need translators. Okay? Stop forcing stuff down people. You're under arrest. You can't tell me to not arrest you.
That's weird.
Okay, now that we got that accomplished.
Bitch, shut up, bitch. Jeez.
So, now, that's serious, okay? This is how bad the world is. Watch this. Watch this. Say it again. Say it again.
God, I'm annoying.
Can you say it again, please?
Don't tell me what to do. That's for sure.
Then stop yelling.
That's for sure.
You can't tell me not to be a teacher.
You're not one.
Say it again. Say it again. Please say it again. You scared?
Oh my God.
Say it again. Say it again. Can you say it again, please? Can you say it again?
Go away.
Yes. Yes. That doesn't work.
I don't care.
We know this.
Oh my God.
That doesn't work.
Jesus.
You're going
Stop.
on. You're going on YouTube.
Stop.
You're going on YouTube.
Stop.
You're going on YouTube.
I don't care. Stop.
You're still going on YouTube.
Stop.
You're still going on YouTube.
Stop.
You're still going on YouTube.
You want too much
You're
attention.
still going on YouTube.
Stop.
You're still going
Trying
on
to follow
YouTube.
everybody in the business.
You're still going,
Nonsense.
just like you stunk and I had to
Stop.
leave.
Stop.
You're still going on
Stop.
YouTube. You're still
Stop.
going on YouTube.
Stop.
You're still going on YouTube.
Stop.
No one's saving you.
Stop.
You don't have
Stop.
to be here.
Stop.
But you want us
Stop.
to leave. You want us to leave?
Stop.
Well, are you going to be quiet?
Stop.
Are you going to stop yelling?
Stop.
Are you going to stop yelling?
Stop.
Are you going
Stop
to
it.
stop yelling?
Stop it.
Okay.
Stop it. See, you don't have a mind of your
What
own.
is she
Now
doing?
This is popular on
What is she
YouTube.
doing?
This is popular on YouTube.
She's talking
Man.
to her friend and looking at me. I can do that. Wait. I was. So like I said, this is going on YouTube. Okay? You don't tell a teacher to stop teaching 1 + 1. Stop following the class. So this is what happened, y'all. In a collage of criminal activity to prove I'm still woke, and all they have to do is not follow the teacher's class session. But they can't wait to be like, but that's not going to fly with the 5G towers. So for 26 years, they've been trying to get away with and been walking the trail of tears, head asses. So that being said, this is serious, okay? This is the best example I needed. I needed this example. Because, like, again, I'm not trying to wait for no April 25th. I'm not trying to goddamn use if I can make something or if I can do all this energy, why would I wait for April 25th? Okay, so now she's in there knowing that they're citizen arrested at different times and moments, trying to find the cadence of how they both got in trouble and can talk shit about this now moment that happened, like I said, a sleepwalk ago to now. Because this is from then to now is still exactly. So that's what I said, okay? And that's the best way to illustrate past lives. You feel me? Here, example. My past life has done exactly this collage. And doing a rebirth. And the jokes they want to have and survive and haven't survived one time. They put me through this collage again. Okay? You dig what I'm saying? Watch this. You dig what I'm saying? Watch this. So, that being said, because, you know, I told somebody People already know they can't put words in my mouth. I'm going to orchestrate it perfect. So they put words in my existence. So they, like I said about Tesseract to Tesseract, they wait until an advanced Tesseract where they think it's soundproof, but that don't make sense because before they got to that advancement of the Tesseract or the new living that they was on probation for, why it happens quicker and quicker, it was the same principles. It's the same principles. So it's that simple. Everybody knows everybody has ancestors, but one person. Okay? Because, you feel me, ancestor doesn't mean you're related, you feel me? But everybody talks about the people whose family, they sacrifice that was my teacher, you feel me? That's your ancestor then. That doesn't mean you're related to them. You feel me? That's your ancestor teacher. And then, you feel me, if it's a descendant from time eclipsing, then they'll be like, that's that teacher's ancestor. And that's how you subtract the people that try to be part of families. No. And so that's how you say that in the clout. Because this is serious. This is not no goddamn game. Okay? This is not no joke. This is not no ha ha he he. This is not no I want to be on camera. This is about, even if I didn't go through that, people would still do this. Now, the only way to make sure no one else has to go through this is to open up an entrepreneurship of something I did Molly Brazy ago. Zozy ago. But since my eyes had to calibrate from the sacrifice I did to be rebirth, even though it's still my eyes, I have to go through what I went through already. And that's my whole thing of talking about past life and not wanting to wait to a date. But, you feel me, people want to get away with the joke of my rebirth. As I said, this is a cafeteria. So what happened? They in the cafeteria, they was rude. They got called to the principal office. The principal said, you know what it is. They try to buck on the principal. Life is Jetsons, not Flintstones. Now the principal's saying leave. And they're like, but you just beat my ass. I said, I didn't do that. I defended myself. No, that's not what you said. You said I attacked you. Now, if you won, you would admit what it really was and who would have to leave. Now, hold your part of the bargain. And that's the heist part I'm talking about, where they hoping people don't grease the engine, the 5G tower, the national debt, and all of that. So, you know, you feel me? I didn't explain everything that needed to be explained to other people with Sky Vision and Cadence talking, because they're not talking that same way in the cafeteria when they left. Now, like, do you want to hear what it sounds like when I'm in the cafeteria? So, you know, so yeah. And it's that simple, okay? Because, you know, I would have loved to broke down and Molly Bailey was known as an anal person. But, you know, I'm not going to do all of that. You feel me? That's unnecessary. Because We know that. So if I'm not the descendant that wants to defend mama, I'm the ancestor that wants to defend mama. That's crazy, because we know the descendants are learning from the ancestors. You dig what I'm saying? So, you feel me? It's like this. If I wasn't part of Marley Brazy's family, if I wasn't part of Zosie's family, I would have been either the top tier or the second tier family known for what Zosie does. So that's how you can put two and two together of who's part of Zosie's family. Okay? And outside of Zosie's family, it's just a whole bunch of people that need the ambulance. So, you know, as we didn't stamp telepathy is real with how my voice was changing up, and watching this video, we gonna hear how rude people are. Okay? And you know, like I said, people in the cafeteria getting sent to the principal office and doing the normal high school, middle school, elementary, preschool things. Talking about, you're not going to go home. I'm going to follow you to the bus stop. You feel me? That's what they doing. Your mother ain't real. I'm going to kill your mother. I'm your mother for now. Type stuff. And out of threat, thirst, and coercion of what could be flash pointed to the smallest increment to the biggest. Hello. Is the whole circumstance of why Batman's not at his Batmobile for 26 goddamn years. And the problem is, I was told, you feel me? The reason why I said these things is because people said people look just like me. So this is not the first time Batman didn't go to his Batmobile, you feel me? But when Batman wasn't going to his Batmobile, it was the descendant of Batman that can still call themselves Batman. So when they didn't go to the Batmobile, they just waited for the Batman. Now is the Batman and no goddamn car, no what's the word? No trap to flip going to the car, and they saying they in the car too, or in etc. And that's the only difference from Zosie to the backwards zillionth person, which Zosie is, but the first person of the high story of life. And it's not hard to get. That's premeditated, you feel me? People are saying, don't grease the engine so we can slide. But it's so many engines that you have to not grease, which will set off another alarm for it not being greased at a certain time. And the thing is, the engine is always greased at the right time. You feel me? It's not greased when, you feel me, it's sufficient, it barely have any. It's not, you feel me, when it barely has any. It's grease just for the OCD ways, and the engine can move off and not having grease. So this timeline of energy these people are waiting for don't make sense. They stuck in their own pseudo oblivion to have to understand, you don't know how to survive oblivion. Nor is that person that did going to teach you. So being RP'd is way different than surviving oblivion. You feel me? Being RP'd and rebirth is two different things. And you feel me? That's actually like sub-rebirth. You feel me? That's not rebirth. You feel me? That's, you feel me? They be like, can we call it that? Oh yeah, that's fine. You feel me? So, you know, That's my whole get up a past life, but I'm gonna go like 6 more minutes. So, cause the thing is, the world looks just like how Zozie had it on what the Bible called hell. Okay, so to prove to y'all, hell wasn't nothing but a surplus that needed to be troubleshooted. So that means hell was the military's cadence, listen to or else. So you feel me? The Bible explains, everybody knows who Zozie is. To stop saying the name because of a chick with the rap name, and she's actually dissing Coldplay's music. So, you know, it's... so, that being said, to make it situated with, honestly, this is just the teacher teaching 1 + 1 = 2 and the Nikola Tesla effect that needs to have a podium of Nikola Tesla iterate free energy for a reason. So, other words, that's his way of telling people, I don't care what y'all go through, because y'all can go where life is free and y'all want to be in debt. With the biggest thing taught in school was social studies, math for clout, and the biggest thing in science, because they didn't really cross out how science could have taught people everything, is how a battery can light a light bulb, but someone will come to your house and say, you Marley Brazy, you owe me some type shit. So that, yeah. And the next circumstance, it's just that, you feel me? And then the problem is, after we get to the void, it's that, you feel me? It's not gonna stop. So we're just on the outskirts of a void that's bound to happen. And the thing is, unless people because it's not really flashpointing, it's just not getting in trouble for being RP'd. Like I said, not getting sent to the principal office. If people can just not get sent to the principal office, this would happen faster. But if people choose to get sent to the principal office, then school got to get shut down. You feel me? School got to have metal detectors. You feel me? And etc. And you know, everybody has a descendant or ancestor in both, for lack of better words, because of not giving the benefit of doubt, that knew who Zozie was and understood what a white belt was to a black belt, to why I said being rebirthed on that circumstance, because you feel me, everybody of that family don't have it to that dire manner that I explained, but have some type of, can we call that? Okay, yeah. For anybody that just getting RP'd to come out their mouth and talk to their best friend and gunpoint you like that means it's the truth. And case closed. But we got a minute left. So that's my whole you don't step into the teacher's class and talk about how they was cool at the party unless the teacher gives you the chance. If you see the teacher has their arms raised like, yup, them 5G towers gonna get your asses if you do that, and then You feel me? If you see the teacher don't want, you feel me? If you see the teacher don't want to warn you, because you know the teacher has to get home. You feel me? Just like authority has to get home. So the teacher, you can't say the teacher is not keeping track of how many times you left the class. And usually, teachers that get RP'd are the ones that tell students they can't leave the class. When you don't really have to ask to go to the bathroom, it's a library with a teacher. So, you know, usually when you have to raise your hand and ask, it's because you're kidnapped in the jungle, threats and coercion. But the way the 5G towers is set up,